remember your first morning call?
My first morning call, yes, I do, because I didn't really know how it was going to go and how it was supposed to even run, because I had not been in my prior position as secretary, was not on the morning call. I know Arthur says he looks back fondly on those morning calls. As someone who's still having that morning call, it's sometimes it's a lot of fun. Sometimes there's a lot of takeaways from those morning calls. So I'm not at the point where I'm fondly looking back on the morning call yet.
What I enjoyed the most, in retrospect, was how those situations would manifest themselves in our morning phone call. Because you're not prepared, typically, and you can never tell who may have gotten to him the night before, and it'll come right up the first thing in the morning phone call.
You were the
You
creator.
started-
Yeah.
tell us what
I didn't have
What
a
was that
morning
about?
call.
What was that about?
Yeah, because by the time you left, it morphed into something permanent.
Okay.
What was
Have
your
a morning
intent?
call.
The theory
Yeah.
was that the gov schedule was crazy, and there was no kind of set time to get him, depending on what the stories were in the paper that day, or to review some issues on his schedule, or to give him a heads up on a couple of things that were going to happen. So we tried to find one time relatively early in the morning where we could get everybody on the call, at least for a half hour, and go over all those issues with the gov, just so he felt prepped for the day. I forgot that the governor would actually take this seriously and come prepared with real questions that we had to have answers for. And so that made it a much more complicated call.
There are two questions that if they came on the call, you just be like, oh. One would be, why am I doing that or going there? Right?
Yeah.
And the second would be, why am I reading about this in the newspaper? If those questions came, that's when you're as chief, you're going to have to involve yourself.
It's going to be a busy morning.
It's going to be a busy morning.
I can always tell how well it went by my commute, because I'd start the call near Route 228 in Hingham, and if we were not done by the Braintree split,
You're smart. If you know he's going to bring something, like, no, you want? Oh, just hop on the morning call. Like, Dr. Governor. Oh, great! I'm getting on the morning call with the governor. Awesome. Look at me. And you're like, sucker. Listen, most of them go well, and people try to read his mood. And having been in the car with him when he's doing some of them, like, honestly, how much it does set the tone for the day. You're like, okay, the governor did it by what I said and all that. And then most of the time when I'm in the car with him, I'd say 8 out of 10 times he's reading the paper, or if he's frustrated about something, it's because he just spilled coffee on himself or something, and people be like, oh, I really screwed that up. He got so mad at me. And so now my thing is I'll check with Chris, who's in the car, and be like, is he really mad? Is this like did we really screw this up, or was he distracted? Is it a bad mood day? Because you end up reading so much into that. It's how you start your day every morning.